Hey guys, welcome to this edition of Bourbon, Beer, and Balls. I'm Joe Zarola.
I'm John Campus.
We got an exciting podcast scheduled for you today. We're going to start off with a little Jameson 18-year Irish whiskey. It's 3 unique blends of whiskey, marinated for about 18 years in a combination of American and European oak. So,
You just gave me a lot of information. And the only thing that I know is in the past, I've always tasted bourbon. I do believe this is my first attempt at whiskey. I don't know the difference.
Well, they're all a type of whiskey. A bourbon is generally from Kentucky and from America, and obviously an Irish whiskey is from Ireland. Just a little bit different take on how they do whiskey and so forth. But Jameson, a very popular whiskey around the world. This is a more elite whiskey, 18-year whiskey. Like I said, it's blended with 3 unique blends of whiskey in American and European oak. So
now, when you said 3 different blends, is that kind of what we did with our taste testing?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. If you watched our podcast from maybe about a month and a half ago, we had a gentleman from Maker's Mark here, and we were doing a personal select. We're going to have our own barrel of whiskey, and that's coming up soon. And that was it.
So this is a blend, kind of like we made our blend?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So let's give it a go.
Smells like it's got a little fire on it.
I thought it was a little smooth. Okay.
I like the flavor.
It's got a smooth texture to it too. Goes in a little warm.
Just a little.
But it's got some spice to it.
I like the spice.
Yeah, it's got some spice to it.
That's better than what I anticipated.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's why I'm kind of glad you're drinking it.
I like it
today. You know, I mean, when you drink it different ways, some people are purists and they only drink it neat. Some people add a little water because the water is supposed to release also different flavors and notes to it. And some people like it on the rocks. Again,
and typically that's what I like to do because it softens everything.
Softens it up, but again, it brings out different flavors as the water permeates through the whiskey. I like to do it all 3 ways, and today I just thought it would be good to do it neat. What are we thinking?
I like it. I got my big boy pants on today. Yeah. No, it's very nice.
It's very good. I actually like Jameson. I like regular Jameson. I know some people don't, but I do. I mean the regular Jameson as an everyday whiskey. This is actually my first go with this 18-year, and I like it a lot. It's very rich.
This is your first?
Yeah, for this one, yeah. It's got a spice to it. I almost am getting a little bit of a sherry taste, believe it or not. I don't know if it's from the oak but I'm enjoying it.
Explain a sherry taste.
It's hard to explain. You probably have to actually have sherry.
Okay.
It's just a more flavorful, robust kind of experience.
So there's got to be a reason, and I don't know if you have this information. It's kind of a pain in the ass to drink out of this thing, and it's always hitting my big fat nose.
Well, that's what this is.
So what's the whole design?
Yeah,
of this
you drink this in this kind of glass neat. It's made for that. It's made for to get the aromas. You can nose.
So you just can't slam it down.
You could, but it's made to sip. It's made to you're having it neat. It's not on the rocks. It's made to let's get the aromas. Let's enjoy it. It's not like doing a shot.
No, I get it.
It's made to be sipped, enjoyed, and just have an experience with it.
Yep. Because my guess is if I just would have banged back a shot, I would be like, eh.
Yeah, you wouldn't enjoy it as much.
No, you can't do it with this cup.
Right, you miss out on the whole experience of enjoying
cool.
The whiskey itself, especially a more refined whiskey like this is. It's in a nice bottle. It's got some ridges to it. Typical Jameson label. green, bold, unique. Nice.
Man, I really like it.
All right. Got plenty of it here, John.
But I mean, it's not even considered a sip. I'm taking very little bit.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, you want to enjoy it, especially when it's a more elegant whiskey. You just don't want to bang it back.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we're gonna sip on our Jameson 18. If you've never had it, I recommend it. And again, if you don't want to run out and buy it, obviously, come on down to the whiskey bar here at the Tavern at Patriots Glen, 300 Patriots Way, Elkton, Maryland. And we got it for you. So come on in and buy a glass and enjoy it. So as you can see, we got so many different whiskeys. Yeah,
yep.
And we're always adding to them too. So we wanted to, obviously it's Olympics time, and we wanted to touch on women's gymnastics. I've been watching it. I've been enthralled by it, really. It's just amazing. And they won the gold medal.
Won the gold.
Team gold for U.S. women's gymnastics. What do you think?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but they won the gold in 2016, and this is their next gold, 2024.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what happened to if they won the gold in the last Olympics.
I may be wrong.
Yeah, they're usually dominant, but anyways, they're with their team leader Simone Biles. She's doing fantastic in the Tokyo Olympics, the last Olympics. She actually had to withdraw.
Right.
She was even then considered the best women's gymnast
Yep.
in the world because she was having some mental issues. They call them twisties. I guess it's kind of specific. Have you heard this?
I did. She had the yips.
Yips.
In the golfer terms, they got the yips where you just shanking balls left and right and you have no idea why you're doing it. But she had the yips.
I did a little research on it because I'd never heard of the term before. I guess it's more specific to gymnastics.
No doubt.
And from reading up on it, apparently it's some type of disconnect between your mind and your body, which becomes very dangerous with all the heights and twists and flips they do, that they get disoriented and they can't line up their mind with their body to land correctly, so you can get really hurt. And apparently in the Tokyo Olympics, this is what happened to her, and she had to withdraw, being the best women gymnast in the world. And she was out of gymnastics for a long period of time.
Yep.
And then she's decided, I think she's like 27 years old now.
She's old in the gymnastics world.
She wanted to come back to redeem herself, and boy, is she redeeming herself. No problems whatsoever.
Without a doubt. And I actually saw the her floor show, and she knew going into that event she needed to score a certain amount, and I guess in her standards it was just an average score.
Right.
And then she exceeded the average score by a little bit, and then she nailed down the gold. And I haven't watched a lot of the Olympics, but I heard this was the second largest margin of victory for the team gold, only behind their 2016 gold.
Okay, yeah, well, they are dominating.
Yep.
And it was, when they were doing the round to qualify for the team event, they were a little shaky, but they made it in. But boy, during the actual rounds for the gold medal or the medals, they've been they've been nailing them landings. You watch it, it's unbelievable. The height they get, like when they're doing the parallel bars, it's unbelievable.
So you mentioned height. So before I make my comment, I'm going to share this. GOAT, greatest of all time. Goats do goat-like things.
Sure.
So I wasn't a big Tom Brady fan, but Tom Brady won a lot of Super Bowls, and then he went to a brand new team. He won another Super Bowl. I was a huge Michael Jordan fan. Talk about goats. He won 3 back-to-back championships. Spent a couple years minor league baseball, came back and won 3 more back-to-back championships. Goats do goat things.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So she has been fighting a calf injury.
Yeah.
And then she is considered old in the gymnastics world.
Right.
And then she came back and more than redeemed herself.
Right. More to redeem
Goats
herself.
do goat things.
I can't wait now moving forward to see individual for overall gold medalists.
Yep.
How that's going. I think it's for the U.S. It's Simone Biles and Suni Lee. Suni Lee, who is the gold medalist all-around winner from the Tokyo Olympics when Simone Biles pulled out. Yeah, so we got a powerhouse
that's
team.
strong.
Yeah, we got a
That's
strong team. So you're going to see some great things.
So I got to be careful and be PC. Biles is almost considered a little person. She's so short. She's just a little teeny tiny thing.
They're all small, like, you know, in stature.
Right,
But
and
they are
she's small.
powerhouses.
When she does her flips,
Yeah,
she reached 12 feet.
yeah, it's crazy.
11.9, I think it is. That's like her going up against a basketball rim
Yeah.
and putting her armpit on the basketball
It's
rim.
crazy, isn't
She's
it?
12 feet high.
Yeah.
You talk about a powerhouse machine.
Fantastic. Yeah, the things they do. I mean, I got to tell you, when I watch them
ridiculous.
on the balance beam,
Mhm.
it makes me nervous. I'm watching them. I'm like, oh my God, they're gonna fall.
4
They're gonna
inch.
I know.
They're on 4
and
inches.
They're flipping and they're spinning. I'm like,
remarkable.
how do you even get a human body to do that?
It's remarkable.
You know what I mean? I think the gymnastics should be more popular than it is.
It's no doubt. They're on that 4-inch bar, and not only on the bar, but on the floor routine. I think it's one of their required moves. I don't know, where they squat down on one leg and the other leg, and then they spin around like 4 times
Right.
and maintain their balance. So not only is that difficult, I can barely bend over and tie my shoes. But not only is that difficult on the floor routine, but they're doing it on a 4-inch.
Yeah.
That's
Can you imagine?
amazing.
I trip
It's
over
impressive.
my shoelace. You know what I mean? It's unbelievable.
amazing.
It is crazy. So it's wonderful to watch. I don't want to be remiss. We should mention the men's as well. They did great. They
Yep.
won the bronze medal team, which is fantastic. And Steven, the pommel horse guy,
Yes.
they call him the Clark Kent. He did phenomenal. I
Impressive.
think he might be the best in the world at the pommel horse. I mean, and he
Them
came
glasses
in.
off.
And I think that's the only event that in
Yep.
the team that he
I think
participated.
you're right. Yep.
And it was funny, yeah, because he comes in, goes from Clark Kent to Superman, I
I
guess,
know,
when he
yeah.
takes them things off,
Yeah.
and then just nails it on that.
Those guys are
horse.
so strong.
Oh, God.
Man, they're so strong, and what they're doing. I mean, hanging on bars. I mean, you know, again, the average person. Let's just talk about the average non-athletic golfer. I mean, to get those guys, you got it, Steve Linkus. To get those guys to do 25 push-ups is
Sure.
something.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
these
they're-
people are machines.
And they are very built guys, but they're small in stature.
They
You
are.
Whip yourself around like that.
They
You
are.
can't be. You're not going to be a John Campus.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, super
Yeah.
athletic,
Yeah.
John Campus.
So they're doing great. Looking forward to their all-around individual event as well. Some other, I mean, we haven't even got into track and field yet, so
No.
that's coming up. That's going to be very
I
exciting.
love track and
Yeah,
field.
me too. And the other thing I want to kind of see is everyone keeps talking about the fencing. They said it's unbelievable, and the location they have it, and they said when you walk by it, it's like walking by the Super Bowl. They said it's so
Fencing?
yeah. I guess it's a very
Wow.
popular
Worldwide.
in Europe and so forth. And they say when you go by, the electricity and the excitement is palpable. It's
Wow.
unbelievable. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing some of that. I haven't seen any yet, but I'm hoping to catch some of the things.
I can recall watching my mother, God rest her soul, huge Olympic fan.
Mm-hmm.
So when this is my first Olympics without mom, because she's borderline pain in the butt, but she would call me every other night, turn it on, turn it on, turn it on. She would drive me to the Olympics. And one of the things that I recall in the past, the technique. You just think you're out there like a pirate,
right.
Caribbean's going
Yeah,
out there,
right.
but the technique and how
Yeah.
delicate it is
Yeah.
to score a point is, again, they're elite for a reason.
Yeah. It's kind of, see, that's why I like the Olympics too, because you get to see some of these athletics and these athletes that you don't normally have the opportunity to see, or sports you have the
Yeah.
opportunity to see, and it makes you a fan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This apparently is one of the most popular Olympics. A lot of people watching, a lot of people viewing it. I think the next Summer Games in 2028 is going to be in LA. So it's
Okay.
scheduled to be in Los Angeles, and that's going to be a big deal.
So you just spun the Summer Games. I have to give a shout out to my beautiful best friend wife, Dawn, even though she's a pain in the ass because she's rubbing it in my face. I didn't realize until just recently, not recently, within several Olympics, I always thought the Olympic competition was always divided summer and winter.
It wasn't until recently.
Yeah, I can't remember the date.
It rotates
1980s or whatever the hell it was, but I had no clue that they used to be in basically the same year.
Same calendar year,
Yep.
yeah. And now they rotate them every 2 years. Like 2 years from now will be the Winter Games. 2 years from there will be the summer.
So I lost the bet with my beautiful.
Yeah, that's recent history,
Yep.
though. That's recent history.
Yep. Yeah,
So
that's interesting.
If you get a chance, see some, or if you're watching, you know what we're talking about. But if you get a chance, see some of the highlights from the gymnastics team event. It's unbelievable. And look out moving forward for the individual events. I'm really looking forward to it because I'm sure there's going to be some crazy stuff that happens.
I'm going to tread lightly here, but I want to bring up a couple things. I know that the opening ceremonies was controversial. That the Olympic athletes and the conditions that they're staying in is shady, and several of them are going out and finding their own hotels. And I just heard last night that what's the event that you ride bikes, you run, and you swim?
The Ironman.
Triathlon. Well, the river is banned. Right now it's banned. They don't know if they're going to clear the river to allow these athletes to
swim,
to dump their bodies in it. And I heard that whenever France got this Olympics, however long, whether it was 215, 220, whatever, they dumped $1.5 billion into this river to get it to increase the quality so the athletes can swim in it.
And it may not be able to.
It may not be able to.
That would be a shame.
So there's 2 or 3 different whoops that I'm wondering how it's going to affect the rest of the Olympics.
It's the whoops, but people are also talking about what a wonderful environment is also because of the rich history there, and where they're actually having the different venues. Like, they got beach volleyball, and you're kind of right under the Alpha Tower.
Oh, okay.
So things like that, they're talking about our pluses. I'm a fan of beach volleyball. That's a good one to watch too. So it's just a very exciting time. And so tune into the Olympics. If you're looking for a place,
a lot of fun
to watch the Olympics, no better place than Tabernacle Patriots Glen. One of the best sports bars around, one of the best sports bars in Cecil County. We got large screen TVs, 13 different large screen TVs.
Yep.
So come on down here, and if you want to have a better vibe, or you don't want to watch it at home, you want to participate with other patrons, this is the great place.
Have a whiskey or two.
Have a whiskey.
And minus superior athletes like JoJo and myself, this is your opportunity to watch the best in the world.
Yeah, 100%. So, let us know what you think about the game so far. Have you watched? Have you not watched? What do you think about our women gold medalists?
It's awesome.
Our men's bronze medalists. And, hey, swimming's been going on too. We're doing well there.
Yep.
I mean, I know it's been tooth and nail. I think the top team basically are U.S., Australia, and even China's in there all the time. So, but U.S. and Australia have this kind of yin-yang going on.
And again, talk about athletes. They're all 6 foot or so, but their shoulder width and their wingspan and their arms are like from 7 foot people.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, they're just.
They had one guy, I can't remember his name. I was watching him last night, as a matter of fact. He was 6'8", a swimmer. 6'8".
Damn.
I mean, he's a giant.
Did you see the little spin on, speaking about swimmers and goats, Michael Phelps? Did you see him and Snoop Dogg?
Yeah, that was good. Oh, you gotta watch. That's funny too. Watching Snoop on there and seeing everyone who goes over there.
Yep.
I mean, there's a lot of patriotism going on, which is a great
A lot of
thing.
NFL players over there, NBA players. It's fun.
It's great to see, especially this day and age, a little bit more cohesiveness from everyone, and that's what makes the Olympics great. It kind of brings people together under the sports and athletic banner, the way it should be. Yeah, so let us know what you think of the Olympics so far. We're going to keep talking about it on future podcasts. We're definitely going to be talking about the upcoming track and field. And if there's a sport or activity on there you want us to touch on, shoot us a message, make a comment, and let us know. But I'm still excited about it. And we're
looking forward to it. And I'd like to send out a big thank you. We're getting a lot of positive feedback from the podcast, so please
we are.
continue.
Yeah,
please continue.
Keep watching, comment if you want. We're getting, like John said, we'll be getting a lot of positive feedback back. People are really enjoying it. We enjoy doing it. It's just fun. It's a way to have a good time, get certain messages out, and interact in a different way with our community out there. So, yeah, another great podcast with John and Joe of Bourbon, Beer, and Balls. Have a great week. Have a great weekend. And we'll catch you next week, guys.
Next week.